Hello thrillers, welcome back to today's tutorial for beginners class. Okay, the last time we drafted this basic bodice but with side dart, and today we are going to sew the blouse proper. And here I have an Ankara fabric that I'm going to work with. So first of all, we are unfolding this Ankara to fold it for the front. We are folding it twice because the drafting was just for one side, so we are going to fold it, and this is the center fold, just as I'm showing you. And for the drafting, that place center fold, we are going to place it there and pin everything in place. Make sure you pin everything. Then I'm going to cut just what I have because the allowances are already there. Then I've done it for the front, I've also done it for the back, and for the zipper side, it's slashed into two. It's going to be a two-piece because of the zipper. So what I'm just doing now is to transfer everything, the side allowances, the side allowance, which is 2 inches. This is the way I transfer it. I'm just notching it. Then on the down part too, I'm also notching the allowance to be easy for me. Just trace everything on the fabric. It's taking this time because we did not draft on the fabric direct, but of course it's for beginners class. Then the next thing is also to transfer the dart, and I'm using my pin to poke through that place for the front. So I'm using my chalk to chalk it down on the fabric, just as you see me do. This is the easiest way to trace your markings. I'm also doing the down part. Use your pin, then you use your chalk to mark it on your fabric. Okay, and now I'm transferring the side allowance to the waist part of it, or you can go ahead to measure 2 inches there on your fabric because 2 inches is the allowance that I used, the side allowance. So this is how you're going to do it. And now I'm also transferring the side dart onto my fabric. So this is very easy. Follow everything step by step. So I will do the same thing for my back. And this is just for one side. So exactly what I have here, I'll also transfer it to the other side of the front. I'm just notching the center. For now, the next thing is because the neck part is, it frills, it's still a raw edge. We are going to cut what we call interfacing. So this is me folding a fabric into two, and I'm placing the neck region. What we are going to do is pin it down first, and we're going to trace out that neckline. So just do what I'm showing you. Cut out the excess. And also on this part, I'm going to cut it and stop to an extent. Then from here, you measure down to how long you want your interfacing to be. For me, I think I have 5 inches there, and I'm going to take this out, the front out, and then I will draw the shape I want onto the interfacing. You can even make it a square, however you want it. Then I'm just cutting it out. So this thing I did here, I also do it for the back side. Place your back on an extra fabric. You trace out the shape, cut it out, and that will be for your back. After this, I'm slashing it into two because our back is into two. So I'm going to set that aside. And for the hem part, because we don't want this to have a pointy, sides, what we're going to do is we'll come up from the side by 2 inches, and then you draw it into the shape, just as you see me do. This is to avoid a pointy sides. So I'm going to cut this out, the excess, cut it out, and we still have our 1 inch hemming allowance there. So now we get back to sewing the dart. Now I'm going to use this to demonstrate it, just the way I'm folding it with this paper on the back side, on the wrong side rather. So I'm going to fold this way, all of them, then take it to my sewing machine and start from this point. I'm going to backstitch and then I will continue just the shape, the line there. That's what I'm going to follow. This is how I'm going to sew it. So that's what I'm showing you here. Both for the front and for the back, you sew your dart that way. Then we move over to our side dart, just the way it is here. Also, you fold it and you take it to your sewing machine and also start sewing. Okay, I hope this is clear. It's very simple. So I'm done taking in the dart and this is what I have, just like I showed us. This is the back side, the two sides. This is the other one. I'm going this detail because it's for beginners. Then this is the front, both the sides, the two darts, waist darts, and this is the side dart. Work on the neckline to seal up this raw edge. And you remember the interfacing that I cut? I'm going to place it right side facing the right side of the front. I've pinned it down also, you can see. So I'll take it to my sewing machine and sew it with half an inch sewing allowance. I've also done the same for the back, right side to right side. Sew it with half an inch, and the other side of the back, sew it with half an inch. That is this half an inch here and here. That's what I mean. Even the shoulder, half an inch, also the armhole, half an inch. So please do not forget that. And this is 1 inch to hem it. Okay, I've done that. This is it. And when I flip it over now to the back side, you see that the neck automatically is sealed up. But if you notice, it's not relaxed. The reason is because there is one thing we need to do, and that is called notching. I explained some terminologies in sewing on my first video, the introductory video for beginners. So please, if you've not seen it, a lot of times I explain there. Please check the link, use the link here, and go right to it. I'll also drop it in the description box. So this is what notching does. I'm going to cut through, very close to the seam, but I'm not cutting through the seam. So you see, this is what notching is, because this is a curve. So you see, so I'm going to notch it all around. And then when I turn it, it's almost getting relaxed. It's not relaxed. Even when you iron it, it'll be very much perfect. But I don't want a situation whereby this interface on the back will be showing, coming out a little on the front. So we introduce what is called your hemming gun. This is activated using your iron. You heat it up. So what I'm going to do is line it all over here. Make sure that this interfacing is not showing on the front. Then I'm going to iron it to lay flat. Some people do what we call top stitching, but I'm not a fan of that. So before that, because this one also has a raw edge, so you go ahead and fold it. You're going to sew it by folding it just a very little, 1, 2, and then you take it to your sewing machine and start sewing. While sewing, you are folding twice and you're sewing. So I've done that for this one, as you can see. Okay, but before I use this, let's see how to join the shoulder. This is the front side. I'm going to turn it to the right. Then this is the back. The back is two pieces because of the zipper. So okay, normally what we do is you just hold it on the shoulder this way, and then you sew it by that half an inch sewing allowance. But to sew this thing like a professional, even though I'm not making use of lining to sew this cloth, but I'm making use of an interfacing. So I'm going to use the interface of the front one. You can also use the back, but this one is short. That's why I want to use the front one. You're going to bring it out this way, and then you use it and cover the back one. Then you also arrange it properly. You can also use the link here to understand perfectly how I did it. Then before you now sew it with half an inch, though this thing will not cover the whole raw edge, but at least it will cover a little. So that's how you're going to join the shoulder, join this one, do it the same way to this side. So when you're done sewing it, it will appear this way, and keeping it rightly. So you see, this is the shoulder line. This is the neatness we want, neat work we want to achieve. Then you can go ahead and apply your hemming gun. So the next thing after this is to attach our sleeve. I've already gone ahead to cut my sleeve, and please, to avoid repetition, I already have a very self-explanatory video on how to cut your sleeve. I have two methods there, so please follow the link here, somewhere here or here. So click the link. So when we were drafting the front, remember the front armhole has a little twist of going inside by 0.5, unlike the back. That's the same way the sleeve, the front side also has a little twist of around it. So please just follow the video. So this is the right side, and this is the left side. This is the front, this is the right side, this is the left side. So you grab the right sleeve of the dress, which is this one, and we are going to sew it to this. This is the left sleeve, and we're going to sew it here. I went ahead to notch the center point of the sleeve. Don't know if you can see it, a V here. So I'll open it up this way. This center, denoted by the V, the notch, will be on the shoulder line. So I'm going to match it like this, right side to right side on this shoulder line, and I'll pin it there. You will have to keep moving this. Just follow what I'm doing. You see, if there was any excess, this will give you room to just trim it out. So this is how I'll also do for this side. So this is how I'm going to do for this side too. Then I'll take it to my sewing machine. Because I've pinned it down properly, I will take it to my sewing machine and I'll sew it using the 1/2 inch sewing allowance that I have on the armhole and on the sleeve. So from here, I'll sew it down 1/2 inch, follow it down, keep sewing it, keep sewing it, keep sewing it until I get to this point. I'm done attaching it. As you can see, this is the, it will still be like this for now, and this is the other side. So the next thing is to hem the sleeve itself. When I mean hem, I mean to seal up the raw edge. Fold it, 1, 2. You're folding it, then you're also sewing it down from this point. You're going down, you're folding it, you're sewing up to this very point. If you get it right, you'll have something like this. So you see, the sleeve hem is now sealed up. Next thing is now to join our zipper. So this is the zipper side, and I'm gonna have to mark out the 2 inches zipper allowance that I'm working with. So we see that this zip is longer than what I need. It's actually longer than what I need. And okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take in my hemming allowance here, 1 inch. I'm going to fold it in, but I may not fold it to the end. I have 1 inch, so I'm going to fold it and sew, and also do the same for this side. So I've done that for both sides, as you can see, leaving this side. Normally our zip is supposed to be this way, and this one will also be folded on top. I'm going into details because this is a beginner's class. So with that in mind, what we now have to do is, I'm still going to unfold it. This is my zip. Open it up, and then this side, I'm going to fold it over like this on the 2 inches line. You can see the mark, right? And I'm still going up. So we have extra here. Then I'm going to cut off some inches. Fold this one over. I'll take it to the sewing machine and sew very close to the zipper teeth. Please don't sew on top because it will not even open. For the other side, remember I flipped this side this way. So for this side, I'm also going to flip it this way. Just do the same thing you did here. So, but remember that you're going to backstitch when you're starting, and when you're ending also you backstitch. So we are done with the zipper. So we have this here. Then at the back side, this side is open. I can add this hemming gum underneath and iron it. Do it for this side, do it for this side. So the next thing is just to join the sides. So you see, the front is no more longer than the back. So I'm going to pin it. And this is right side facing right side. First of all, the upper arm round is 12 inches and this is folded into two. So divided by 2 is 6 inches and we'll mark it here. 6 inches here. Also, I already have the mark of the 2 inches side allowance. Then I'm going to connect these 2 inches. Then I'll sew it down. Do the same for this side. So now I'm done with joining the sides. As you can see, the seam allowance. And the last thing is just to go ahead and complete the hemming. This is the wrong side, remember? So I'm going to fold 0.5 in and another 0.5 in. So I'll continue sewing it from where I stopped initially. Sew it all round. So this is it, the hem of our blouse. So with this, we've come to the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed doing this tutorial with me. Okay, the next tutorial will be on how to graft a basic dress, also how to sew it. But I'm not going to be doing that because I already have a very detailed tutorial. So please, I will link it up either here or here. And I'll also add it to the description box. I'll pin it on the comment section. Thank you very much. Please go ahead and like, subscribe, the red button down there. God bless you and glad to your understanding. Have a beautiful day ahead.